Hello and welcome back to the next part. So now we're going to talk about motivating learners. So what motivates learners? Well, think about this. Learners are different. They're not the same, and they have different reasons for wanting to learn. Some of these reasons may be internal. What do we mean by that? Well, perhaps someone has a passion for a subject. Maybe they just feel that they need to learn more. There's something inside of them that's pushing them. Perhaps they're thinking of a new career. They want to improve themselves. That's internal motivation. And then we have external motivation. Perhaps someone is thinking about upgrading their skills or learning something new because perhaps it'll help them get a new job, maybe a job promotion. Maybe it'll help someone emigrate to another country, or maybe get entrance into a college or a university. There's something that's pushing them to do this. So what can you do? Well, for a start, you need to be enthusiastic. As a teacher, the way that you present yourself, it rubs off onto the people who are learning. People can easily see that you are very enthusiastic and interested in what you're talking about. And that's what it's about. Instructors who are passionate, who really show that they're interested in the subject, they don't really need to try hard. Their enthusiasm comes through. Make sure you're enthusiastic. Make your materials interesting. Remember, you have different types of learners. Are they professionals? Are they people who do not have much experience? Perhaps you need to have more theory, more knowledge in the materials that you present. If you have younger learners, maybe you need to add text, some pictures, something that stimulates those kinds of learners. So make sure that the materials that you create are relevant to your learners. And of course, make sure that there's plenty of interaction, because at the end of the day, learners don't want to listen to a long lecture. The way that they can learn is by getting them to work together with others. Make sure you give positive feedback. There's nothing worse than giving someone some negativity. We're all human. We need to see that we're progressing. Even tiny steps forward deserve positive feedback. At the end of the day, everyone is different. You need to make sure that you're giving them a reason to continue. Positive feedback is essential. Be flexible and open-minded. Perhaps you've gone in thinking that you're going to teach in a particular way. But whenever learners have something to say, listen attentively. We have 2 ears, 1 tongue. It means listening twice as much as we talk. So be open-minded, be flexible, and that way you'll have a better rapport with the learners. Make sure the students feel the lesson is useful. There's no point in talking about something that has no or little relevance to the people you're teaching. Make sure that whatever your subject matter, that it's something that is relevant and that's something that people can take away and apply immediately. Flipped learning. This is a concept in education that has been around for a while. So the idea is that rather than teach in the classroom, what you do is you give learners a task before they come into the class. So in a way, it's like reading about what they're going to cover in the class, but learners go through the materials before they come. And one of the advantages of this is that it makes your lesson delivery much more efficient. So in a way, you're encouraging learners to come in with questions, and it also gives you an opportunity to provide feedback, and also gives you an idea of how the learners are doing with the materials that you've given them to learn with. The other advantage of flipped learning is that it's an opportunity for you to assess how well the learners have understood the materials that they've gone through already. This is an opportunity for you to understand if there are any gaps in the information that you're providing the learners, and also to ascertain whether the level at which you're aiming is appropriate. Make sure that your feedback is relevant, and what I mean by that is that if learners have questions, make sure that the way that you provide answers or give them feedback is something that they can take away. Yes, I did mention that before, but feedback and making the whole lesson relevant is so important to making sure that your learners remain motivated. So here's a task. Think about your particular context, the kinds of people you're going to be teaching, and write down how you could possibly make your course and individual lessons motivational. How are you going to motivate the learners? How are you going to make them want to come back? How are you going to convey that passion that you have for the subject that you're teaching? Until the next time, all the best.